Hello, Twitch chat and YouTube. Um, Apologies if I am not super energetic tonight. It's just been a long day. Went into the office for the first time in a couple months now. Very early in the morning. It's also extremely warm compared to normal. So I'm just very low energy at the moment. But we have a nice fun deck tonight. We're at a weird point in time where it's a Wednesday, so Magic Online just had its downtime and introduced Adventures of the Forgotten Realms. However, Adventures of the Forgotten Realms doesn't have any events happening for it yet, so you can't buy cards for it. So the cards exist, but you can't get them, and you have to wait till tomorrow to get them. So tonight we don't get to play with the cool new cards. We have to wait until next weekend or next week to play with the cool new cards. Or this week. Technically, you could play with them this weekend, but I won't be playing this weekend. So we're just gonna go with a fun deck that still can win the game. That I enjoy playing, and we're gonna play some KCI. There's a lot of videos on my channel of KCI, so if you want to see how the deck works, how the deck is in action, you can go back and look at lots of our recent KCI VODs. What I'm trying tonight is I took out the Lodestone from the main and the flex cards that we were trying, and I'm trying to play 2 flex slot Mind Stones as my 2-drop. This card you can sack it yourself, you can draw a card, it makes mana, it fills the 2-drop slot, which has been a little bit vacant. So I'm going to try out some Mind Stones as my flex slots tonight. And I also have a Razormane Masticore in the sideboard as an additional way of killing Collector Oof that you can cast using Workshop and Ancient Tomb. So the whole idea behind the deck is that you use Scrap Trawler and KCI to loop through 2-drop, 1-drop, 0-drop, etc. And to create a value chain and gain a bunch of mana, draw a bunch of cards, and eventually, kill all their permanents with Spine of Isha or get Karn Lattice or different kind of things like that. So Scrap Trawler reads, whenever an artifact you control goes into the graveyard from the battlefield, return a lesser cost artifact from your graveyard to your hand. So if I sack a star, I can give back an opal. Then I can sack, a Wellspring, I can get back a star, which can get back an opal, and so on and so forth. There's nothing crazy in this deck in terms of, timing windows. There are some things you can do with using mana costs on your star. I think with someone was telling me about star and spine before, but there's no crazy Mirror Retriever loops because I just opted not to play Mirror Retriever in my 2-drop slot. I don't think Mirror Retriever is not an unreasonable card to play in your 2-drop slot. I've just been trying other things because I wasn't super thrilled with it. And the one we're trying tonight is some Mind Stone. So it is an Urza Saga deck. We're playing no islands besides a Tolarian Academy. So we do have Ancestral, Time Walk, Tinker, and 4 Thought Monitors that we're casting off of just Academy, Sapphire, 4 Opals, Lotus, and 4 Stars, as well as an Expedition map. So it's a little weird on the mana costs, but very doable, as can be demonstrated in previous videos. Okay, welcome to round 1 of this Wednesday night Mythic Society event. We're playing against Slasher. Slasher is playing a Golos stacks deck, 4 Crucible, 4 Urza Saga, 4 Ghost Quarter, 4 Wasteland. This is a bunch of Silver Bullets, Relic, Piling Needle, Null Rod, etc. So, should be an interesting match. It does have 3 Null Rods in the sideboard, so that could be problematic, but we'll see. Do our best. Let's begin. So I can go Workshop, Emerald, Ruby, Ironworks, Star, Crack for... So I can probably... I'm not 100% sure if I can cast this, but I don't think it matters. I think this is a good enough start, so... Let's see. If I have these in play, and I do... I don't know. We'll find out together. Alright, so I have 4 artifacts, so this should cost 2 and a blue. And if I do this to make mana, and this to turn into a blue, and then this to make mana. All right. Yeah. Okay. I do my best, chat. I did Ancestral on turn 1. It just so happens that... Okay, that's not bad, because they're going to wasteland my workshop, but that's going to keep my Saga safe. They have a follow-up Crucible here. That would be pretty bad. Oh, Karn. Yeah, okay. Sure. I do have a 2/2 flyer, so... I don't know what's in there. They have a Null Rod in their Karn board, so I feel like they'll... Well, they have a Soul Ring. They have a Relic, a Needle, a Cage, an Ensnaring Bridge. They're just gonna tick it up. Alright, well, I'm gonna play my Urza Saga and attack this Karn. Turn 1 7 drop. What a broken deck. See what this Karn does. We do have Saga tokens with Ancient Tomb coming, which would be pretty good. Hey, how's it going, Andy? Hope you're doing well. Oh. We got a nice workshop on workshop battle for you here. However, my opponent has 4 Null Rods plus Karn, so I am exhausted today, but I'm going to do my best to provide fantastic KCI entertainment for the stream tonight, and then I'm going to go to bed. It's going to be great. Is it very hot where you live? Because it's very hot where I live right now. I went to my car today after work, and the car read 100 degrees. It was not ideal. Fahrenheit, anyways. Okay, so they do have Crucible, which is a problem because they have Wasteland. But we are going to get to do 1 activation of this Urza Saga. Yeah, well, thanks for the Prime. Appreciate the support. So they also have an activation of Urza Saga, so I don't really think our activation is getting us anywhere. Maybe we should have just played Workshop Mystic Forge. Guess we can still do that next turn, so I don't know if that... The Mystic Forge isn't going to be super strong through Crucible, Wasteland, Karn anyways, so... I know it's definitely hotter for other people in other places, but it's been, you know, above average here as well, so... Got the AC running, I'm not doing too bad. But it does make me want to go to bed. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be quite challenging. I don't think this matchup looks particularly promising for us. My opponent can just make a Saga token and stand up Crucible if they really wanted to. I can get my construct bigger than theirs if like my Mystic Forge maybe goes off, finds a bunch of Moxen, but I already used a bunch of Moxen this game. I'm doing my best to kill this Karn, but it's a slow race of a 2-power flyer versus a +1 ability. So they stood up the Crucible so they can block, I guess. They're going to attack. They're going to attack? Oh, because they can make a Crucible token and they win the trade? No, this is still just a 3/3 no matter what. I'm pretty sure I want to trade for a Crucible. Because their thing is going to be bigger than... It's not always going to be bigger than my construct. So I can at least make my construct a 4/4 next turn, but no bigger. And their construct is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 3. So they're always going to lose their construct. But I have... Yeah, I guess I can just take this. Kind of weird, but... Scrap Trawler. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they can do that, but I think we're currently racing down the Karn with our Thought Monitor, right? So I could play Urza Saga Scrap Trawler. They have to Wasteland my thing. Maybe this is not a race we're actually winning, but I guess we'll find out together. So they're just chumping with their construct here. I feel like that's a pretty decent sized win for us. Could be wrong. They do get to make like a construct and search for a 1-drop here. And for 1-drops in the main, they have Needle, Relic, Soul Ring. They might just get like a Moxen or a Lotus or something. Nice. Yeah, I think watching strong players is a really good way to improve at that game. Maybe it's possible that just not trading with the Crucible of Worlds was hella greedy. They got a Mana Vault. Okay. I guess it's might be very challenging for us to make a bigger I don't think it should be super challenging for us to make a bigger construct. Like, if they have to spend their turn Wastelanding and then I play Forge, we should have a bigger construct than them, right? Like, it's hard for them to have, like, looping Urza Saga if they're Wastelanding us. And if they're not Wastelanding us, that means we're getting our own construct here. Like, my end goal of this is to get this Karn off the board. Like, if they Wasteland us here, we can attack all on the Karn, and the Karn is always going to die. In which case, we have an active... Like, we'll lose our Trawler, but we'll have an active Ironworks Thought Monitor. I guess maybe not. They have a Relic in their hand. All right, well, that's pretty annoying. Though they use the Mana Vault, so they kind of have to crack it right away, right? I assume they're Wastelanding this Saga, cracking this Relic, plussing on maybe the Crucible again. Not 100% sure what Slasher's game plan is, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so they cracked the Relic. That makes sense to me. This Mana Vault was interesting. I guess they get to play and activate Relic. So they lost their Urza Saga off of Crucible, so now all they have is Crucible Wasteland. So they activated their Karn, and they got the Null Rod. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I can't do anything about that, right? But now they Null Rodded themselves, so they just have a Wasteland loop, but we have a bigger board. So that's fine. And he concedes. So, classic KCI beatdown game plan. I don't feel like Slasher made the best choices in this match. I don't know if he had the right idea on how to play this match out. I'll take it because my opponent has 4 Null Rods in their deck. It's going to be quite hard. However, we do have things like Tinker Blightsteel, which is really strong. My opponent is on 4 Revokers. I'm kind of down for like a ship and a Masticore. Don't really like Needle. Don't like, I mean, Dismember is fine, but I don't really, like, I'm going to play Ship and Masticore instead. And then I'm going to play not Chalice on the draw. And then I'm going to theoretically, we might play these traps on the draw here. And then on the draw, I don't want this Trinisphere. I don't want... Is there anything else I don't want? Maybe we don't need this God Pharaoh statue. Maybe I'll trim a Mind Stone. I'm just like picking random cards now, aren't I? Maybe we cut the top. Maybe I just don't play Vault Key. With 4 Null Rods, it's pretty hard to justify Vault Key. I mean, my whole deck kind of dies to Null Rod, so it's it's just, that is what it is. Is 7 blue sources? I'm not counting 7. I'm counting 9 blue sources. You have 4-star, 4 Opal Academy. And you also have a map that is a pseudo blue source. And you also have 4 Urza's Saga that are pseudo blue sources as well. So it's not really 7. You have stars and Urza's, and you have a bunch of different things. So this is definitely a trap hand. I really think I probably need more mana, especially if my opponent plays like a turn 1 Null Rod. So I'm gonna put this hand back. Yeah, like this hand is much, much better. I do think I'm just going to let the Thought Monitor go because it's going to be challenging for us to find a blue source. So this is all mana. So maybe I want to just put the Mana Crypt back and just go with what I have here. That's probably reasonable. And then we just can maybe Luxac into a blue source. Don't really want a sitting Mana Crypt against the Prison deck either, so... My opponent mulled a 5. Let's see how good their 5-card hand is. Needle? On what? Top? Isn't everything like a mana source here? Slasher not on his A game tonight, I don't believe. But Chalice is pretty good against our 3 Moxen draw, so it might not end up mattering. Yeah. So now they have a bigger construct than my Scrap Trawler, and they can Ghost Quarter my Workshop. So it's going to be quite challenging to win this game, especially because I can't cast any of these cards. Don't think we have a chance. Yeah, I don't know. Slosher just maybe a little bit distracted tonight. Don't think it matters because my opponent's deck is very, very good versus ours. Unfortunately, yeah. Don't think we're beating this start. I do think we probably would win if they didn't have Chalice, though. Because we had a really strong draw. We would have, you know, KCI, Thought Monitor kind of go off, really. And they haven't acted another relic again. They only have one relic in their deck. No, they have 4 relics. Wow. Yeah, this matchup does not seem very good for us. I don't exactly know. Like, our deck is really not capable of playing against our hateful artifacts very well. Don't know what my game plan here is. I guess I could draw Academy into Thought Monitor, and then try to find Tinker Blightsteel. I think that's about my only thing that I have going for me here. I'm just gonna take all of this and like give myself the most draws. Wow, okay. That's certainly interesting. So 2, 4, 6. Sack Ironworks to get to 8. Cast Spine on Chalice. Play Emerald, Pearl, Opal. That's 4. Cast Thought Monitor. No, it's probably sack all 3 of these. Cast Spine, kill Chalice. 3, 4, 5 artifacts, 2 for Thought Monitor. I have to choose whether or not I want to sack a Scrap Trawler or a... Oh. Wait, I feel... I mean, he's gonna pop Relic here, right? Yeah. So I could sack the other Trawler and get back my Soul Ring. Or I could sack my KCI and get back my Scrap Trawler. If I sack my KCI and get back my Scrap Trawler, I have 8. I Spine, but then I don't have... No, I probably just sack and get back my Soul Ring. Do I want my Soul Ring? Wouldn't I mean, I guess I have to sack something no matter what. So I sack here, but I just don't know which one I'm getting. You like sack KCI, even though... we like... Is 2 Scrap Trawlers good? Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's try it. Yeah, I'm aware KCI is gonna go away. I think I'm supposed to keep KCI in play. I kind of don't agree with what I don't know why I listen to chat. It's okay. We'll do our best. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I mean, we still should be fine because we're about to play tons of stuff. Oh, they just left? Okay, so here is round 2 of the Mythic Society weekly event. We're playing against Hogak, playing against Dakota. It looks like a very straightforward Zoomer Hogak list. Let's do it. Let's begin. this is a fantastic starting hand, especially versus Hogak. My Hogak opponent does have 4 Force of Vigor in the main, so we have to try to our best to play around Force of Vigor, but let's do our best. What makes it a Zoomer list? There's just like a bunch of Zoomers touting Hogak as a strong deck right now, and this is the exact 75, if I am looking at it correctly, so. I can't play the turn 1 Ironworks. What I'm going to do is play the 2 things that would be great if my opponent Vigored them. Aren't I a Zoomer? No. I am old, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm willing to just play everything out here. I do think I will play the Ruby and Expedition map out. If they want to Vigor Ruby and Expedition map, then that's a win for us, so. Yeah, I don't know why my Streamlabs is unhappy with me. Oh, they have Mental Misstep. They're one of Mental Misstep. Well, that's really annoying. It doesn't look like they have Force of Vigor because they F6 through the rest of it. And they're once upon a time found a Wasteland, so they're going to spend a turn going for the Workshop, which is fine by me. I now have to choose between Wellspring or Activate Map. I'm going to definitely choose Map. I'm just going to pass with this up, and then I'm going to go get either a Workshop or probably a Workshop. I could get a Tolarian Academy. That would also be fine. Oh, wow. They just have a no Bazaar hand. It's really good for us. So I'm going to get... I guess I can get Academy. Let's see. No, I think Workshop will be better because I'm just going to use it to play an Ironworks and go off. All right, it's a whiff. Let's play the second Wellspring. Arn. All right, well, I've drawn a lot of mana. I'm just going to get this Mystic Forge in play and see if we can go off using the Mystic Forge. Should be able to. Interesting. Huh. I do want a Time Walk, but I will have to hit a 0-drop artifact in the top 2. I think that's actually acceptable, though. All right, well, I'm going to lose my blue mana, unfortunately, but I think it's definitely worth it to get all that kind of mana. I think I'm just going to pass through this Thought Monitor. All right, well, we're out of stuff here, so let's just get this Karn in play. And I'm just going to exile their graveyard. I'm just going to use the Crypt, because I think they're going to try to play a Hogak and like, bring back this Wasteland. I think that's just the best use of this. Okay. I mean, we get to pass the next turn with a Karn, a Mystic Forge, and an Ironworks. The only way this goes very poorly for us is if my opponent draws a Force of Vigor. That's like the only really bad part about this, is it does give my opponent 1 draw step to find Force of Vigor. It was probably greedy of us to... They found a Bazaar. Interesting. It was probably greedy of us to try to make the blue mana and draw the Time Walk, but I felt like it was a winning... Like, it was a game-winning play if I found, in the top 2 cards, if I found a 0-drop artifact. So... I think I'm willing to like make that play a lot. So they did have a Hogak. They also have Root Wall of Vengevine. So this Karn is probably going to die. Wow, are they actually going to be able to play 3 cards? 3 cards. So they're 1 short. They could technically play a Hogak this turn, but they're going to attack the Vengevine on the Karn. Yeah. Oh, they just went both at me. Oh, they put 1 on Karn and 1 at me? Or Vengevine at me? That's weird. The thing that we have to hope for here is that my opponent did not find a Vigor. Wait, they pitched a Vigor. So they already have a Vigor? Well, why would they pitch a Vigor? They could Vigor my Ironworks and my Forge and my upkeep. That doesn't make sense. Why'd they do this? Really weird. So, yeah, opponent's just trying to kill me. Oh, it got flipped with the Stitcher supplier. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a little off tonight. All right, so unfortunately, I hit a land again off of my Forge, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that card. Go to 10. Found an uncastable card because I don't have blue mana. Wow. This is problematic. We might just die. We don't have the mana to cast anything really. Yeah, you typically don't want a key in your sideboard. It's kind of a waste of a slot. Masticore is pretty good right now though. Gonna block. I don't think we want a Masticore. I think we want a Cage to stop Vengevine Hogak, in which case I'll take 7 and go to 3. Think that's better. Yeah, obviously, like if we had a key in our sideboard, we would win right now, but so we've hit very poorly. Like we didn't hit a Scrap Trawler or a blue mana source or anything really. I think we would rather have a Cage. No, KCI is definitely not better than any standard shops list. Can I get a Blightsteel? 6, 8, 10, 12. I technically could play a Blightsteel, but I don't think that's a winning line. Let's see. If I play a Masticore and they somehow... No, I just should get this Cage. I'm going to go to 3, which means I'll still have a Forge. Okay. Oh, shit. I can't cast spells from the top of my life. I can just sack it on the next turn. Never mind. That's fine. I was thinking that I might have just locked myself out of casting spells with my Mystic Forge, but I have an active Ironworks, so we should be fine. Though my opponent can once again Bazaar into Force of Vigor and we'll be in trouble, so. They could also hard cast a Root Wall, hard cast a Bloodghast, or pump this Root Walla. Pump the Root Walla puts me to 1, which means it turns off all of my Ancient Tombs as well as my Mystic Forge. They had 2 Bloodghasts, so actually we're gonna get to go to 3 here. So I think we have a good shot as long as they haven't drawn Force of Vigor. I don't think it's very likely we're gonna whiff on 2 more looks on this Mystic Forge. Oh, they found Vigor. Come on. I think we got extremely unlucky to lose with an active Forge here. But I also made the greedy line of making blue mana with my star. So maybe it's my own fault. If I had just taken the draw, maybe it would have been fine. Wow, they went Mystic Forge Cage. Interesting. I'm going to get rid of this Thought Monitor, or I'm dead. I'm still dead. All right. I think losing that game is incredibly unlucky, but maybe the Chromatic Star was the real problem that I should, like, there's a Trap Trawler. Hey, not hitting Forge here is like, not hitting Karkland Ironworks here with Force of Vigor is like incredibly greedy. It's just incredibly greedy. If I just draw a Scrap Trawler, they lose the game immediately. Like, I think my opponent's choices were really off, and they just didn't get punished. All right, Crypt, Cage. We want the things that kill Collector Oof. Dismember, Needle. We can't beat Deafening Silence very well. I don't know how we're ever gonna cut cards in this game, this matchup here. This is like a ton of cards to be bringing in. Harn, Top, Bolt, Key, Time Walk. I mean, it's not really KCI's fault we lost that game. Like we had an active we had a Future Sight in play, and we just like hit like 10 blanks in a row. I mean, if you watch my stream, I'm just very unlucky these days. I'm gonna actually just abandon this Dismembers. We have Masticore and Sky Sovereign, so it should be fine without them. We'll trim there. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna trim like a Thought Monitor and a Opal. I don't know if that's legal. We'll try. My opponent like played Wasteland and then Stitcher Supplier. Like they didn't even play a Bazaar start. Yikes. This hand is pretty sus. Technically, we can Lotus into Wellspring Star Opal, and we have one draw and one mana to use after, but it's just not good enough. Just needed a land in this hand. It's not the worst 6, but it's not a good enough 6. So we needed a land in this hand. Yeah, this hand is much better. This is the classic keep and get ranched. Done. Now, I don't think we want a second Trawler. And then I will lead on... how do I want to lead here? I'm trying to play around Vigor the best way possible. It's probably just... Lotus, Trawler, Opal, Ruby... Wellspring. This way I would get my Lotus back right away. I think so. Hey, Aaron. Brawler, Opal, Ruby. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just Star, get my Lotus back. Probably just Star, get my Lotus back. If we hit a KCI off of that draw step, I think we would just win the game. Maybe not win the game, but it would be pretty close. I guess I don't have to use this Lotus. Didn't really think about that. All right, well, I got nothing left here, but I have an active Saga, so that's good. This is just a Deafening Silence. The nice part about Deafening Silence here is my Saga should be a Deafening Silence. Stitcher Supplier. If they play a Stitcher Supplier, no, I think that, yeah, they have a Deafening Silence. Makes sense. Another Saga is a fantastic draw. I mean, I think that Construct should be able to win this game. I wonder if I'm even... Yeah, I don't think they have a Vigor. It's like a little risky to play the second Saga into Vigor there, but... Bizarre. The trick is what happens in game 3 if they play turn 1 silence. Like, our deck is not the greatest at fighting through silence. We do have some big creatures which can help, but Saga's really good. I think Saga makes this deck a lot better. That's for sure. I'm just like thinking back. I wonder if we would have won game 1 if I just hadn't sacked the star for blue mana and I had instead stacked the star for extra colorless mana. But I gotta move past that. It's too late. No takebacks. Yeah, portable hole for Pia would be pretty good against Deafening Silence as well. I think portable hole is mostly going to be played in Pia, but we'll see. Yeah, it's obviously it's impossible to cast in our Urza Saga Mishra's Workshop deck. But all right, Bloodghast, Stitcher Supplier, sure. Hit another Bloodghast. Hollow one. Yeah, I mean, you have a free 4/4, but my land is going to make a much bigger 4 than a 4/4 here. We also can get a 1-drop that would cycle, or probably get a top. We'll have to see what we get here. We drew another Scrap Trawler. Okay, well, let's first make another construct. What can we get? What's our best 0-drop, huh? I guess we could just actively get a Needle and just Needle their Bazaar. We could get an Expedition map and just get another Saga. We could get a star and draw a card. I took out the top, so we don't have a top to get. The problem with Needle is it doesn't really beat Hogak. We could just crypt their graveyard. I don't know. There's like a lot of choice here. I feel like if we crypt their graveyard, they just have no chance, right? Because Cage doesn't stop them from playing Hogak from hand. I'm kind of debating between Tormod's Crypt. I mean, theoretically, our constructs are larger as long as they live, yes. But, like, what else is my opponent going to do? Like, the only way they can win the game is Hogak plus Force of Vigor, right? They can't, like, keep activating Bazaar forever. It's card disadvantage in their deck. I'm gonna take a Tormod's Crypt. This also lets me attack this turn. I could technically attack with this Scrap Trawler and get back from... I guess I'm not going to be able to combo through Deafening Silence, so there's kind of no point. Wait, why are they... I mean, that's fine with me. Oh, yeah. I do have to lose my Lotus to do this because of the way I chose to do it, but... I think that's also fine. Yes. Well, no, I guess theoretically I can wait, but... Because they don't have 2 creatures in play. I don't know. It's not a huge deal. I think the game is just very over, so I didn't really think about it too deeply. Just gonna run it back. So there are like weird things tripped up where they could do like fetch land, get back. No, because my opponent's deck could just pay mana. Defense Grid doesn't actually do very much versus my opponent's deck. So this hand is going to lose to Deafening Silence, but I don't think you're allowed to mulligan it. Mox Up was very cheap on Magic Online, chat. I don't think you want I don't think you want Defense Grid in this matchup. Vengevine, Hogak, Bloodghast. That's not great for me. That would have been great for me. It's a little late though. I think it seems like they have a Vigor. But I mean, if we get to a turn, we do have Ironworks, Wellspring Star, so that would be strong. But I have a feeling there's going to be some problems happening here. If I had kept a hand that had a Tormod script, it actually would have been pretty strong. Kind of sad. But I'm not going to pass up this hand, I don't believe. Like, having a Workshop. I guess maybe I can get Wastelanded here, and then then it's problematic, but... If we had drawn a Moxen, we could go like Ironworks, Moxen, sack Moxen, Wellspring, sack Wellspring, Star, sack Star. Like we could like actually go off. Yeah, I mean we can lose. Yeah, this is true. Yep, 2 Bloodghasts, another Bazaar. They just need to find a hollow one to bring back a Vengevine. A land brings back Bloodghasts. Then it will be too late for this cage. Whatever. I should have 6. I can just let this happen. Imagine we get Vined Out and Vigored. Probably will. I guess as long as they don't go Scrubland, Deafening Silence, right? Because I don't think we can beat Scrubland, Deafening Silence here. Well, second Bazaar is not very good in my opponent's deck, Mersha, so it's actually fine. Like, why do you need a second Bazaar here? You almost never need a second Bazaar. Especially if your opponent isn't wastelanding you. Which we obviously are not wastelanding our opponent. Yeah, we like, in this matchup, we really needed to win that game 1, where we were probably favored to win, but just didn't get there. So. Oh, third Bazaar. Okay. I mean, I think they were just going to get to the GAC no matter what, so. I really don't care about GAC or Vengevine here as long as my opponent's last 2 cards are not Vigor Green card. Like, I really don't... Wait, they chose not to cast Rootwalla? I don't know why they chose not to cast Rootwalla, but... Like, this is fine. I don't really care about, like, a lethal board. All I care about is, do they have a Force of Vigor? Because I have to try to win the game on this turn no matter what, right? So... Doesn't look like they have it, so... Does that mean I want to... I don't know, do I want to use my Ancient Tomb? I don't think so. Yeah, Master of Death is quite good. It's a little late for Needle. I think we're just going to draw a bunch of cards that don't matter and lose, is what it looks like it's going to happen. I'm dead, right? Well, these were not really the cards we needed. Yep. Whatever. Am I actually dead? 4, 12. Yeah, very, very dead. 10, 16, 17 damage. I mean, if we played Glacial Chasm, they probably should have Wasteland, so it's like not really gonna do anything. All right, yep, cool. I think we drew atrociously in this games, though it's definitely possible that jeez. No, we don't have an Inventor's Fair in our deck. None of these cards matter. I think it's possible we screwed up in game one in making that blue mana, but besides that, nothing crazy. All right, we have successfully acquired the 1/1 buy in this tournament, so we are now 2-1, and I will see YouTube viewers in round in round 4. Welcome to the 4th and final round, Vintage Mythic Society Weekly. We are playing against Fastbond combo, Crabbon, Crab Shack, however you want to call it. Hedron Crab based combo deck that uses Fastbond to replay Simic Growth Chambers or Oboro over and over again to mill out with either Hedron Crab or drain with Retreat to Hagra. Let's begin. A super strong start. Snap Keep. This is exactly the kind of hand you want to see. We get to just go Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt, Ironworks. They have to have a force for us. They don't have a force. We get to go, you know, do all the things. So yeah, I did. I recorded an 18-second call, so they will know we did in fact get the Myras round. But I appreciate the looking out. Let's just start this with a draw card and see where we go from here. We've got a Wellspring. Wellspring draws us a land. So I think what I'm gonna do, sack this Wellspring, draw another card, another land. So I'm gonna play this Mindstone and we didn't really get anywhere here. I think I'm interested in just sacking the Mindstone. All right, well, another this is what happened in round 1, wasn't it? We drew 3 straight lands. Okay, well, I drew 3 cards on my turn 1. I cast Ancestral Recall, but I did not draw action. Let's see if we die. Fastbond, Crab, kill us. No, we live. We live another day. Fantastic. And again, not action. So at the very least, we can get an Expedition map. And crack this and get a Saga. Which is at least kind of action. Alright, well, that's what we got. We did what we have. There aren't that many lands in our deck. I think we're only playing 13 lands in our deck. So drawing 3 lands off the first 3 draws in 2 games is slightly unlikely. But that is magic. That's the RNG's magic. Dex is what makes Magic interesting, so you got to take the variance when the variance comes. We haven't seen any Thought Monitors in this game. You know, we haven't cast very many Thought Monitors today. Obviously, like drawing a Thought Monitor after this Opal is pretty good. Start comboing off. Favorite card art. Nothing off the top of my head. All right, so Vampiric Tutor means we are very likely to die, I would suspect. But they did pause on this Vampiric Tutor, which means they probably don't have one of the combo pieces. If they had one of the combo pieces in their hand, they could just get the other combo piece and kill us. So this kind of signals to me that my opponent is likely to just get a Ancestral Recall and try to find both combo pieces that way. Let's see what happens. Looks like Ancestral Recall. No? Yes? Yep, Ancestral Recall. Do they find both combo pieces? Because they had 0, or they would have vamped for a combo piece. So they're looking for, like, Crab plus Oboro. There's Oboro. Do you have a Crab? Or, I guess, a Retreat to Hadra also works. Hagra. Looks like a Retreat to Hagra, and we're dead. Unfortunate. So, as I said, my opponent picks up the Oboro, replays the Oboro, drains us for 1, loses 1, it nets in us losing our whole life, and we are dead. Unfortunately, our Ancestral Recall was not as good as their Ancestral Recall. And we weren't getting anywhere very fast. Hey, there's the Thought Monitor. Alright, so my opponent gets to bring in maybe Oko, Assassin's Trophy, maybe Surgical, not exactly sure. We're definitely going to bring in Chalice on 1. Opponent doesn't have Force of Vigor, and opponent doesn't have Collector Oof, which are both really good for us. I don't really like any of my other cards in this matchup. They don't really cast enough spells for Mindbreak Trap to be good. They don't have creatures. I mean, they have, like, crabs, but I don't think killing crabs is... I guess we could bring in Dismember to kill crabs. That's probably not unreasonable. Yeah, that's probably okay. We shouldn't really need Expedition Map in this match. Should be able to grind pretty well. Or not grind pretty well, but we should be able to, like, kill them pretty well easily. Let's just take out one of the Mind Stones. And... Arn doesn't seem that useful. It is a win con, but I don't think it's super necessary. This looks good enough. I don't think we Mindbreak Trap. There are definitely times where Mindbreak Trap could get our opponent, but I don't really see that as the way. I don't think it's going to happen enough for it to be worth it. I think having these Dismembers against crabs is not bad. But I think everything else is... I think the biggest card to bring in here is definitely Chalice. Alright, on the play. Needle Oboro? Yeah, we could definitely go for... Maybe it's good to have 1 Needle in for Oboro. They do have both the Simic Growth Chamber and a Golgari Rot Farm and Oko, Assassin's Trophy. I'm not really thrilled with that. Definitely keeping this hand. We're going to go Emerald, Mana Vault, Chalice on 1. I don't think it's unreasonable. And it's probably correct to put 1 Needle in the 75 just to tutor with Saga. So maybe in game 3, if we get there, we can put 1 Needle in our deck. I think that's completely reasonable and probably makes a lot of sense. Alright, our opponent has a 6-card hand. We've got Emerald... Mana Vault, Chalice on 1. Does this get countered? Does not get countered. And then I have a Trawler. Alright, so I've turned off a bunch of 1-drop spells, including Crab, Fast Spawn, Brainstorm, Crop Rotation, Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Consultation, Ancestral. My opponent probably has Hurkyl's Recalls and Okos and stuff in their deck now, so it's not like a lock or anything. We did not find a blue source for this Thought Monitor. Dismember cost me 1 colorless mana and 4 life. All right, well, I have nothing else to do here. My go, your go. Oh, no. It has a converted mana cost of 3, so it would not get countered by Chalice. All right. We go to the next turn. Uh-oh. Urkel's recall. Target me. Crab. I mean, have they already played a land this turn? They haven't. All right, yeah, I'll dismember it. Can I pay for Fluster right now? 1, 2. I can pay for Fluster. Another crab. All right. Well, you got it. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. Squee. Thanks for the resub.
Monitor has cracked all formats.
Monitor is great if I can cast it, but I have not currently been able to cast it. Are they going to mill me, or are they going to mill themselves? Milling me is a little dangerous, knowing that I have a Scrap Trawler, but thankfully they milled an Ancient Tomb, so we didn't have to draw that. They milled 3 cards we didn't really want, which is a big win for us. And we found a blue source. Fantastic. Let's do the thing. Nice, Akash. One, two, three, four. I don't think I want to cast this Chalice yet. No. All right. Well, we're gonna cast the Chalice. All right. Next turn we win. Maybe not win. We actually don't have any things that draw cards, so maybe we don't actually win next turn. But we certainly are in better shape, which is all I can ever ask, right? Trade routes? Another Hercules? Oh, gosh. That's a good one. Maybe our opponent will mill us again, and they'll mill into some stuff for us. Oh, retreat to Hagra. Okay. Well, they can't cast a fast spawn right now, so that's good. They can give their crab Death Touch, though. Okay. Oboro. I assume they're going to mill themselves here. They milled me? That's wild. That can't possibly be right. Milled a Spine? Oh, I can't get Spine back with Thought Monitor. Sad day. Imagine if I could get Spine back with Thought Monitor here. I whiffed. I very much whiffed. I don't know how much damage I'm willing to take here. I guess I'm willing to take... So I can do... All I have is a key, and I can't get the key back with anything. I mean, I can get the key back, but I don't think I want to sack this Thought Monitor. So what I can do is just sack this opal, sack this vault, bring back my opal, and then play my second ironworks. Wonder if we're pausing here, does that mean... I don't know what that means. Maybe they have a surgical in their deck. All right, well, I got nothing again, so I guess I'll attack. Oh, I don't want this to get... I guess pump is the same as drain. So I guess we'll attack. All right, well, my opponent can replay this Ouroboros and drain me again. I can't believe they milled me twice. That seems incredibly greedy. They probably won't do it now that they know I have a Karkland Ironworks. Maybe they were milling me because they had a surgical extraction in hand and they were trying to hit Ironworks. That might be why. Oh, yep. I agree, Squee. I think that's probably what happened. They milled me again. There is an Ironworks and a top now in my yard, so... I'm going to get back this top. So I'm going to sack this Ironworks. Well, I don't know if I want to play the top. I have to get rid of the Chalice momentarily, and I'm not 100% sure I want to do that. Chalice does counter surgical though, Squee. I guess I'm not. I am the only thing I'm at risk of is them drawing more Hurkyl's recalls, right? It's the big thing. Like getting a top here is good. But isn't it like a little scary? I guess I can attack and then get back Ironworks and then get back top and then get back. I'm just like, what am I worried about? What could they do? I guess they could consult or something. We could maybe win. Yeah. We could maybe win. Maybe we have to. I guess the worst thing that could happen... I don't know what the worst thing that could happen is. I think I'm just going to sack the Ironworks and immediately get back the top. Star. I'm just trying to dig deeper. Found a wellspring. That's super, super good. I think I want to just No, this is fine. I can do this. Sack this. Oh, I didn't have any zeros in my yard. I missed it. I missed on a mana there. Sack some zeros before I forget. All right, draw a card. Draw a card. Draw into top. Yeah, this looks good. What is technically the best way to do this? I guess I still need to draw into the wellspring. All right, so now I get back 2 every time I do 1. All right, so this one gets back top, and this one gets back star. Draw, 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 draw. Blue. Sack. Hey, Jarvis, thanks for the raid. We're in the final moments here of this one. Just doing KCI things. Pretty sure we should be pretty deterministic from here, but who knows? Not I. I just make I just do the game actions. Oh yeah, game's over. Woohoo! Let's go. It's time, chat. It's time. Cast all the spells. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Oh well. Who needs Tinker anyways? That's cheating. You gotta cast your spells the hard way. So now that we have top plus Mystic Forge, we're very, 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 very deterministic. Do we have Ballista or something? Nah. We just kill all of our opponent's permanents. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. I highly recommend. Oh no, we missed a mana, chat. Oh no, not that. Anything but that. Whee! Give me all of my things back. I like Abe. Abe lets me do things. Look at all the fun we're having. No, it's too deterministic. Not like this. I guess we can also take infinite turns. That's fine too. We have 4 scrap trawlers in play. Jeez. You have my permission to concede. All right, let's play game 3. Do we actively want any of the changes to be made here? Maybe this defense grid's actually pretty good against our opponent's deck. I guess it's pretty it's not bad. I don't mind. How do I feel about these dismembers? They don't really matter that game, but overall probably matter. Oh, we also wanted to bring in what, 1 needle to tutor for? It's a little weird to bring it, like, to keep dismembers against 4 Hedron Crab, but it is their combo. I kind of don't really want to play them. Interaction, do my thing. Interaction, do my... Let's just do my thing. I'm off it. I'm off that interactive life. If we draw needle or grid and we die because we didn't have a Hedron crab dead, it's on me, chat. You can blame me. I won't blame you. And you can blame me. All right. Well, if we die to a Hedron crab, it'll be pretty funny. Opponent's on the mull with 6. You think Needle is good? I mean, it's not like they don't play other lands. They play 2 bounce lands. I definitely want at least 1 Needle to Saga for, so that vibes with me. I don't know about playing 2 Needles though. Not thrilled. Not me. Did you beat Hogak? Uh-oh. Hogak is such a trap, man. Yeah, Hogak is just not a real deck. Can't get behind. Needle does nothing against bounce lands. It does things against Ouroboros. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna deploy the grid and then pray. What you got? Blue mana? For what? I won't be qualified for the showcase, Slasher. It's extremely unlikely I will be qualified for the showcase. Days? Yeah. I'm not playing around Days. Mystical Tutor. That can't be good for me. Mystical Tutor and Days? That would be pretty bad. I assume they're just gonna get Ancestral here, right? I guess they theoretically could get Consult if they already have a combo piece. And that would be pretty lethal. If they get Consult and then they Consult for a combo piece, this should have been a Dismember. And we would be fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we would have been fine, because I think we still are pretty much priced into playing something on turn 1 here. So we would probably not, it probably wouldn't work out anyways. We would probably have to play like Wellspring and hope to hit a Moxen and then go Moxen Opal, Star Pass or something, or maybe not even Star Pass to play around like a top deck Days or something. I don't know. I literally am not playing in the Showcase Challenge next week. I mean, we've already been over this multiple times. It's unfortunate. I'm sad. But do be like that. My opponent tanking for a long time is good. I like that. I am fan. I do like. All right, so what are they tanking over? Why would they tank here? What are their choices? Their choices are really... I guess they could get an interactive spell, but wouldn't they probably just get Ancestral? They got Crop Rotation. Okay. But why would you tank about that? If you got Crop Rotation, it means you have a combo piece, right? Blue, black, demonic. Okay, so they get this gets crab. Oh, gets Lotus. Agra. Land, crop rotation, kill me? No, we get a turn. All right, so we are dead on the next turn and we have no way to interact. Can we win with this hand? We need a lot of help. We probably need like Lotus KCI. Trinisphere does technically stop crop rotation. That's not a really strong avenue to victory, though. It does technically stop them from crop rotating. Yeah, I guess this would be the place that... No, Needle wouldn't do anything. Alright, so... I can go Saga, Star, Opal, Trinisphere. And then they have to draw land to kill me. They have how many lands? 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, minus 2, 19. They have 19 draws in 52 that kill me, and everything else is a dead draw. And then I can draw KCIs. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm supposed to do that. I also have a Saga. Yeah, we know that their hand is a crop rot. And I think drawing into a lethal hand here from just a Wellspring draw is pretty unrealistic. All right, you have 19 outs. And the rest are dead draws. All right, we survived a turn. We have an active Saga. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're not really close to Thought Monitor. I mean, we could cast Thought Monitor instead. The Saga token will beat down faster, though. We could play... we cost 3 no matter what, because there's a Trinisphere. So I think we just want a Saga token. And then... how many draw steps can we reasonably fade? I don't think it matters. I think just Saga is the best chance, unless we draw KCI. All right, I need you to whiff again, please. 19 outs. All right, we lost. Unfortunate. Don't think it would have changed. I think we played it correctly. It just didn't work out. Yeah, I don't think there was anything we could have really done differently. Yeah, no matter which one they get here. All right. We would have drawn Lotus. Doesn't really do anything. Kind of have to draw exactly KCI. Yeah. This wasn't going to get us there. But I think we played it right. We gave it our best shot. I mean, you can play a misstep, but it's like you are very tight on doing like needing pieces to do your thing. So yeah. So overall, what we played 2 rounds of Magic tonight. Oh, no, we played 3 rounds of Magic tonight, and we went 1 and 2. We were kind of sad match versus Hogak, where I felt like we had a good shot. We got obviously very lucky versus Slasher, where Slasher wasn't on top of the game, which happens sometimes. I think that matchup will look like pretty atrocious to me with 4 Null Rods in my opponent's deck. So overall, not a very strong showing from KCI, but I do think that a couple of times that we lost, we just ran on the bad side of variance. Like, we drew 3 cards on 2 opening draw steps, and all 3 of them were lands. We like whiffed on a forge over 2 turns against Hogak. So overall, yeah, I really like this deck. It's a really fun deck, but I just don't think it's a very good deck, unfortunately. Thank you for watching. If you watched on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more vintage content. Who knows when that will come? Not this Saturday. Maybe Sunday. We'll see what happens.